Here is her release coming right here.
Goes right to the low bar, and this is where she had a small little hiccup, and she deals with it today. This is a good one, just the dismount.
Oh, baby, we've got ourselves a battle. Coupettes and Carly Patterson. Yesterday she started slow and finished strong, and today the strong start.
Good job, baby.
It's her coach, Evgeny Marchenko. Perhaps you were with us at Madison Square Garden for the Visa American Cup when Carly won all 4 events and the title in the memory of his mother, who had died just days prior to the event.
And this is her release element coming up right here, and she transitions down to the low bar. And right here was where she had problems day one. She goes right past the handstand, perfect.
The judges have put up a 9.55 for Carly Patterson on the uneven bars.
It's a big number for her, actually, Al. An improvement over night one and a very good score.
As you look at Courtney McCool, originally from Blue Springs, Missouri. Her first day ended in scary fashion when she totally lost her grip on the dismount off the uneven bars. That's coming up later for her, but it's going to be interesting to see what her state of mind is, because she was very, very upset when day one ended.
And she, interestingly, she said that the one thing that I need to work at is my mental focus. I have trouble sometimes. I have to put up the blinders and just focus on what I'm doing.
That's her first test, and that was flawless.
Starts today in 8th place.
She's unbelievable.
Absolutely couldn't be better. Wow.
Athletes often say, forget about that. I can't change the past. It's today I've got to perform in. And she did. No problem. Big hugs, big smiles, a sigh of relief for Courtney McCool, starting the day in 8th place, but certainly not viewed at in the world of USA Gymnastics as the 8th best American. And she's made a major move to change that. This is the 2004 Visa United States Gymnastics Championships. Back in Nashville, Tennessee at the 2004 Visa U.S. National Gymnastics Championships. And when we last left you, Courtney McCool put up a 9.6 on the floor. It's still very tight. Not too much of a change in the top 6, although McCool moves up to 6. Tia Orlando, who was on the bubble at 12, moves to 11th. Remember, top 12 get invited, plus those who apply because of injury, to the Olympic trials the last weekend in June. On the vault now, Taryn Humphrey started her second day on floor exercise, where she stepped out of bounds on her first pass and then recovered nicely.
And she's actually looked very good this entire championships, and on this event in particular, she brings a lot to the table because she does one of the most difficult vaults being done today. It's an upgrade for her, really improved on it, a double twisting Yurchenko.
And remember, Taryn has world championship experience. She was on the team last year that won the gold medal. She has done everything in her power to improve and get on that Olympic team. That's great.
Big vault. Very hard to see from this angle if her feet went outside of the white line, which would be another deduction.
This vault is out of a 9.8. That's the maximum start value.
Let's see where her feet come down here. That's critical. Are they inside or outside of that line? I don't know. Watching the French Open.
Just a tad bit.
What do you think?
I think it hit the chalk. And Taryn Humphrey gets a 9.425 on the vault. To the beam underneath the American flag, and Carly Patterson in second place after the first rotation, and this is where she really got the job done yesterday. A 9.7 on the balance beam is a huge number.
Got a lot of tests in this exercise. Her first one will come right off the top of the exercise. She'll do what's called a standing Arabian, jump in the air, do a half turn, followed by a front flip, and somehow have to find 4 inches with 2 feet on them.
And she loses sight of the beam. That's the most difficult part.
Right here. Oh, look at, and those toes, man, they were digging and grabbing and holding on.
Carly typically has such a lightness about her on balance beams. She works it with such ease. Often we look at her and think she's on the floor, right? Much better connection today. Judges are looking for athletes to connect certain skills.
We've talked to most of the athletes here about this whole experience, what it's like to compete, getting ready, being in an Olympic trials.
Oh, just some little balance breaks, eh?
Yeah. And they all come to that P word, that pressure, and you see their eyes kind of roll back a little bit.
Talk about pressure. Check out this dismount, the most difficult one being done in the world today. It's a Super E element, the toughest you can do. Wow.
And she kind of needed that.
Did she ever?
Every muscle in her body wanted her to take a step, and she fought it off.
Okay, finish good. Yeah, don't rush always. Land, hold. Okay?
Right and straight legs.
Yeah, we'll do almost with it. Not too bad. Squats maybe not too bad. It's not like you're really loose. But
The coaching never stops.
And you know what, guys? It was sort of uncharacteristic throughout the routine, those little wavers that she had. But this was just outstanding.
And kind of what she needed, because she did open the door in a couple of small spots, but look at push, hold on. I think they give it to her.
Ta-da.
Yeah, and the other day.
And Tim, once again, you're in the minds of the judges. They did give it to her, I think, because her number was a 9.7. What do you think?
It's another great routine for Carly Patterson, and like I said, she needed that landing. They gave her the stick. It helped a lot.
Now the leader and the most consistent gymnast we've seen here in Nashville, Courtney Kupets. And her first score was, I mean, that's in McCovey Cove, folks.
Wow. 9.8.
9.8.
And, coming back from the injury, usually the athlete is, they're chomping at the bit. As soon as they get the okay from the doctor, they're in the gym doing as much as can. Well, her coach, Kelly Hill, said, hey, we got a little bit more time. They got the go-ahead. And she said, we're going to just cool our jets a little bit. We're going to take a little extra time to make sure that she's on top and ready to deal with this. It has paid off.